Good afternoon, everyone. We are live here at Rack's Billiards Room in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, at the first annual Trios Cup. We're watching an A-side matchup here in round number 2. It's a race to 9. It's a mix of singles and Scotch. Scotch triples, that is. 3-player teams, $16.50 Fargo cap. They paid $180 entry per team, and there's over $10,000 added in cash and prizes here at the newly opened Rack's Billiards Room. And it looks like Ray Carter with Team Slate Smashers is running out the first game already. Just like that, it's 1-0. And you're listening to Ben Francis on the mic here, live at Rack's for the first time. Super happy to be here. They are the best hosts. All very, very kind people that love pool so much. And they are working on the sound, so you have to excuse me with the loud music in the background. They will turn it down in a little bit here, or cut the speaker that I'm closest to, but they are working on that. So excuse me if I just talk nonstop the whole time. Nothing different than any other day here at Q Sports Live. And I am on Facebook and YouTube, guys. Let me double check that just to make sure, but I think I am on both. And we will be live today, tomorrow, and through to Monday. Let me just zoom in on this post for a little bit so you guys can see a little bit more about the format here. And let me just double check that we're live on YouTube as well. And I will follow the comments on both streams, guys. So if you want to chat along, keep me entertained, feel free. If you got any questions, I'm happy to answer them. And if you want to know how to get involved in this tournament or future tournaments at this great pool room, Rack's Billiards Room, then send me a message and I'll put you in contact with them, or check out their Facebook page and you'll see all the great stuff they have coming up. And hello from Lodgepole, Alberta. It is Ben, Greg in Alberta. Thanks for tuning in on the YouTube. So it is confirmed. We are live on there. Let me just double check and make sure the Facebook stream's all good to go. And it looks like we're going to have Slate Smashers break off. Rack number 2 here. It is a race to 9 to move into round 3. I think there's going to be one more match tonight in the A side, and then we'll move on over to the B side, which I'll have to fire up a camera over there on a bit of a side view, and we'll see what we can get working. The B side is played on the 7-foot tables, and it is a shorter race. It is only a race to 7. So we got a legend, local legend here, Lenny Denago, still playing great. Watch him hitting the ball earlier, still hitting it real good. Always been a super player, Lenny. Since I was first on the scene watching him play. Okay, I got the Facebook chat up, guys. If you want to chat along in there, let me know you're alive. Looks like a little miss from Lenny there. So we're going to have 3 singles matches in a row, and then they're going to play 3 Scotch triples games in a row. So kind of a different format than what we're used to seeing here in a normal 3-player team event. And once again, if you guys are just tuning in, we're live on Facebook and YouTube. Do me a favor and click that share button. Click the thumbs up on the YouTube. That way other people will get this pop up in their feed. Help the algorithm. And we will be live for 3 days, so plenty of pool action to come. Lots of great teams. 37 teams joining the event. Over 100 players here at Rax this weekend. And we had some really great sponsors that'll run throughout the event. But you'll hear me jabbering away for a while until maybe we can get the speaker cut. I do think they turned down the music a little bit, so hopefully that'll help. And hopefully we don't get the stream cutting out at all. But looks good so far. We're off and running. Looks like a miss there on the stripes. Lenny's going to get up, try to cut this 2-ball in, break out the 7-5. Which he does beautifully, but the 7 doesn't cooperate. Catches a point on the other side pocket, and it's back in jail. The 5 didn't cooperate either. So he's going to have to do something with both those balls. Lots of work to do before that. Good day, Mr. Arcand, Johnny Arcand. And good day to everybody else tuning in. Let's see what Lenny's got in mind here. He's going to shoot the 6. And it's his last open ball. Yeah, this one, I'm not sure he can miss the point on the side pocket while cutting this ball in and breaking out the 7. So he's just going to refuse it. But look out, cue ball, just about scratches. Might have baited her into moving this 14 ball out of the way of the 7. Let's see if she takes the bait or if she just shoots something else and keeps that problem there for him. I think that's what she's going to do. Leave it there. I like shooting it now if she thinks she can run out, but only we know, or only she knows rather, what speed she's at and how the run out looks. Yeah, the more I look at it, the more I don't hate her shooting it now, and especially recognizing her opponent's very good. He could just get an angle on the 5 and break that ball out. Anyway. She's made a good shot there, and now she'll need to make a decision. Does she want to try to pot the 13, or is she finding a good safety somewhere? I kind of like the latter. The good safety would be nice. Shooting this with the rest, the bridge makes it twice as hard, and that brought in the overcut. Didn't miss it by a lot, but could tell it was a ways off right away. And I've got some Fargos up here too, so we can see Lenny Donago at a 619, but I can tell you in his prime he was a whole lot better than that. Super shooter, Lenny Donago. And Corrine at the table here is a 447. So 1650 combined Fargo. Your team could not be over 1650. And they managed to get over 100 players. I think is incredible. Look like mostly safe there, but this crept out. Lenny can see the 7. Stop shot or a soft draw for the 5 in the side next. Yeah, the stop is okay, but now the 8 ball is a little tougher. Could he consider shooting the 5 in the corner? I think he is. Natural position that way, and he gets it right in the middle of the pocket. This to tie it up at 1 apiece. There can be some matchmaking in this kind of format where you could see their highest Fargo playing Slate Smashers' second lowest Fargo, which just means that the next matchup might be a little different as well. I'll just mute for a second while they're doing an announcement. Just announcing some of the prizes they're giving away this week, courtesy of some of these really great sponsors they have, such as Q-Tech, Molson, we got one of my favorite ones here, Elaine Reaper and Myra Cormier with Remax Preferred Choice. They support so much pool in Alberta. I'm a big fan. Got Sea Change Brewing. And a big thanks to all these great sponsors for promoting pool and supporting the event. Here's a guy that knows how to hold a cue. Alex the Lion. Check out his website, peggyLionCues.com, where he's got this chalk that I think is the best thing since sliced bread. Exactly like they say on there, clean, no mess. And you can shoot lots of shots without needing to chalk again, although I have this rhythm where I need to chalk every shot. But the chalk lasts incredibly long time. And well worth a couple of bucks. Check him out. He's got all kinds of cool stuff on there too on pegglioncues.com. As we have Violet to break, rack number 3 here in this race to 9. Coming down the middle, trying to get a ball on the side. Nothing happening, but the cue ball is going to wedge itself in there and not leave much of a shot for her opponent, who is, I believe, this is Levi coming to the table now. Levi at a 414 Fargo, Violet at a 485. Well, the ball didn't cooperate there. A little thin on the 4, tied up the 2. Can't tell from here if the 2 ball will go. I don't think so. And stripes don't look too inviting. So Violet will need to make a plan for that. If she wants to shoot low ball, she needs to try to develop the 2 and the 3. But I don't hate it. with the 4-7 there. If she could maybe shoot the 1, the 6, and then get on the 4 to use the 5 to break out the 2, maybe something like that. If she can see the 4 now, then bonus, shoot the 4 now, then play the breakout. Might land on the 1 after the breakout. Insurance ball, I like to call that. Is there going to be another one like this? Johnny Arcand wants to know in the chat. Facebook, yeah, I think they plan on doing this every year. Giving away lots of prizes.
Last 4 digits, 1969.
They had lots of great door prizes. Everybody got a ticket for the door prizes. They've been handing away like 4 of them per hour. It's really great. Courtesy of those great sponsors, all kinds of cool stuff. Look at that, the 2 ball went. That's handy because she's nudged the 12 out of the way of the 3. I think the 3 will maybe pass in this bottom right later on. If not, certainly in the top right after she moves the 1 ball. What's she on right now, though? Can she see the 7? I'm not sure she can. So it might be time to move the 3 here while she has control of the table. If she can't see the 7. I don't hate trying to move the 3 with some kind of safety. She has control of the 9 and the 15 ball. She's going to try the little combination 5-7, I think. Or she's going rail first onto the 7 to try to make the 7 off the 4. Might be there. The only problem I see with this is if it goes wrong, you kind of open the pocket. Wow, that's not worst case scenario, leaving the cue ball way down there. See what Levi can find from a mile away. Nothing easy. Shooting kind of over the 6 if he wants to shoot something on the left side, our left side of the table. Lots of other matches going on right now too, and the room is packed. If you're in the area, get on down, come check it out. Tables are fantastic. These Predator tables are so nice. This might be the nicest model of Predator table yet, and the room's full of them. A little tough to get out from here, I would think. I mean, it looks not bad, but the 3 might be a little tricky, and then the windows to get on the 4 and the 5 are very small, and the 7. There's some work to do before that, so maybe a real tough shot on the 1 into the bottom left here, but what's after that?
Okay, moving on. 2-1-4-2. 2-1-4-2.
Now I wonder if the 5 ball will pass the 4 into the bottom left. Oh, she's done well there to pocket that ball. What a tough shot that is. Those are always really, really tricky to see the line when you're close to the object ball like that. Very good.
I'm at the bar for the free giveaways. At the bar.
Yeah, they had a grand opening last night, as Greg says in the YouTube chat, and it was epic in here. Yeah, lots of great pool to play, so definitely do me that small favor, like and share. I know we only got a few viewers now, but it'll boost up as we get going, as people see that Q Sports Live is back live again this weekend. I know there is some other great pool going on. You might have heard me a little earlier today on the Predator stream. And thanks to Predator for having me on there, and also for these great tables and the amazing equipment they keep coming up with. These Arcos 2 balls, can't beat it. But I know there's another tournament going on too in Florida that everybody's probably watching, so plenty of pool to watch. Eat your heart out. I love it. I'm the biggest pool nerd there is, so it's like I'm a kid in a candy store. So she found that window between the 9-15 to be on the 4. That was really good. If she runs out from here, that could really pump up her team. It looks like when she pockets the 7, the cue ball goes natural into the 15. What she might need to be mindful of is that the 15 doesn't stay in the way of the 8. But it should keep her on the 5. Oh, but she kissed the 5 on the way through and made a big mess of where she left it. So if she did get another shot, 5's in jail.
1970.
Trying to give away free stuff over there, but nobody has the right ticket. All right, somebody's got it this time. Well, he's left her an angle where she could potentially pocket the 7 and draw into the 5, but let me tell you, it's not as easy as it looks on TV. You'd have to reach way out, which makes powering up that draw shot nearly impossible, and using the bridge makes it even harder. So what I would consider here is trying to play position for the bank on the 5. Or billiard off the side of the 5 to make the 7, and maybe the 5 comes out in the open. I think the double kiss is probably on a lot there, though. Yeah, I'm not sure she wanted to make that ball without being able to get the 5 out. But you can see from where she landed, the bank wouldn't have been horrible. Team pool's always a ton of pressure. Much different feeling out there from when you're playing by yourself. And I think especially these lower Fargos are going to feel it lots. But the upper ones, of course, as well, knowing they always have to get the job done. Sometimes the lower Fargos kind of know that they can't lose the match for their team. They're not expected to win every game. But team pool's just a whole different animal. Long way away from the 7, and I'm not sure she can see enough to pocket it. Well, couldn't have got much closer to the 9 ball, I think. So here's a half chance for Levi. If he could make the 10, make the 11, use the 13 to break the 12. May have something working for him there. Certainly has control of the table. He doesn't need to be in a rush to break out that ball. And you'll have to excuse me, guys. I only have room for one camera angle, really. With a bit of a limited setup. We're going to try to get these guys set up with some permanent cameras. And maybe I'll be able to do the commentary from home, some remote in the future. And we'll get some better angles, maybe an overhead and some good stuff like that. They have beautiful arena lights in here that make streaming a real treat. As you can see, picture is about as clear as it gets from a little webcam. All right, let's see. Does she have angle here to go forward off a couple of rails and break out the 5? Lots of top, lots of inside.
4, 2, 1, 2, 4. 21, 24. 2, 1, 2, 4. Here we go. Gonna get a 2. Gonna get a 1. Gonna get another 2. For a 4 in the end.
Well, the good news is she didn't break out the 5 because she missed the 7. Yeah, and you'll have to excuse me with that bit of a glare when they walk in front of the camera, too. Not too much I can do about that either, but it looks pretty good from here. And we'll have a little 7-foot action later on, so I'll set up a bit of a side view for the 7-foot. I'm still eyeballing it over here. I might get a nice end view for that 7-foot. We'll see what we can work with. Well, this is too thin to cut it in and break it out. So if she wants to make the 7, she probably needs to fly around the world and get some kind of bank on the 5. Yeah, I like the choice. No need to make the 7 if you can't get the 5. But sometimes recognizing your opponent here is important too. So maybe just getting the 5 in the open but putting him on the back rail is a good option later on. Knowing that it's going to be tough for him to make a long shot
Guys, I got one you're gonna actually pay attention to.
early in the match.
I got opening tickets for the first Oilers game here. For folks at Molson.
Ooh.
Lower bowl. Yes,
Ooh. I don't know if you guys heard that, but he's giving away tickets to the first Oilers game in the lower bowl.
1, 2, 7.
I had 9-0, guys. I had 9-0.
2, 1, 2, 7.
I would have sold those tickets in a heartbeat. Won't catch me at an Oilers game unless they're playing the Flames. All right. I didn't hear anybody scream like they won, but I think I see somebody walking over with a ticket in their hand and a big smile on their face. All right, back to the match. Lots of exciting stuff going on here this weekend. I mean, if you're in the area, definitely come check it out. Lots of giveaways, lots of amazing pool. There's so many good players in this room right now as I look around. So many good players. Edmonton is full of really, really good players. Just playing smart here. Trying to put the 7 in the way of the 9. Well, this might break it out. Not quite. Might get in the way of the 7 is what it might do, and I think it has.
Okay, everybody, still going out of here. We're gonna do one of these cues for this next number.
Yeah, they're giving away cues and cases and all kinds of stuff.
1942. 1942.
Yeah, if you guys can hear the numbers, cheer for me. I got 9-0. Everybody got a ticket, their door prizes. They had so much cool stuff. Okay, let's see what Violet has in mind here. Gonna break out this ball and give up ball in hand. I don't know if that's good. I think the 9 goes and the 12 goes. So here's what I'm seeing is the 8 ball might be the only tough ball. He could do well to nudge it there, yeah. Or save the 12 for last. So this works good, the 10, 11, 13.
4, 2, 1, 3, 4.
And I like what he's done there. Don't try to get cute and roll that ball in, but just stun it. Make sure he potted it. Because as you can see from shots like that, it's when we roll the ball that the miss comes in more often. Obviously, you don't want to hit everything break speed either, but yeah, something stop shot speed is usually preferred to keep the straight line and keep the arm straight. What's up, Chance? In the YouTube chat. And everybody else out there tuning in and listening, do me a favor, guys, click that share button. We got a whole lot of excellent pool to come this weekend. And I can't ask you guys to do it if I don't too. So let me just share to some groups here. Just a few for now. And let's see if I can just tag, which I can't because I'm logged into the wrong account. Well, we got some shares in just in time. Looks like to see Violet make this 8-ball to give Slate Smashers, made from scratch, a 2-1 lead in this race to 9. And race to 9 might sound like a long race, but in a team match, it's not very long because you don't get a lot of time to make an impact. That's a really great shot. Really great shot from Violet, 2-1. And let's take a look at the pool room here. Racks, billiards room, beautiful place. I'm such a big fan of this place already. It's my second time here. I was here in May for some lessons and a little exhibition fun thing on the Friday night at one of their openings, and it was so much fun. I'll gladly come back anytime I'm invited. So they have 12 9-foot Predator tables in here. They have 10 7-foot Predator tables. And it's wide open spaces, lots of room between the tables. The place is really nice. The bathrooms are super nice. All the seating area is very nice. Kitchen looks super big, really nice. Food is really great. I've had a few meals here now and yet to have a bad one. Here's a picture of the 9-foot table. 9-foot tables here in a row. The arena lights overhead. And they also have, this table is the first one of its kind in North America, I do believe. And look how pretty this thing is. Beautiful craftsmanship on this snooker table by Predator. How nice is that? Heated slate, so it couldn't stay straighter. And the rail system there, the pocket drop is nice. Everything's nice and flush around the pockets. Beautiful. Pocket size is actually really great too. I've just been licking my lips looking at that table. I got to hit some balls on there this weekend, at least this weekend, hopefully. All right, back to the match here. Levi to break. Breaks from the side rail often causes a cluster like this. Let's see who he's playing. I don't know. Is it Lenny maybe? We're through 3 games now, so probably back to top of the lineup, but the visiting team rotates, so we'll see in a second here. See who comes to the table. Looks like it is going to be Lenny Donago, I do believe. Okay, no, it's Violet. Does that make sense that they would play each other 2 games in a row? No. Well, I suppose. Okay, here's where I'm mixed up, guys. 3 games of singles, which we've played through, and now we're going to get to see something interesting. It's Scotch triples. So you guys know Scotch doubles where they play alternating shots. They're going to alternate between all 3 players here to play Scotch triples. I've never seen it. I'm excited to watch it. I think Scotch doubles is super hard. I think Scotch triples, maybe there would be slightly less communication, and it might actually work out good. Because it's hard to ask both players what you think. And I'm not so sure they're allowed coaching in the middle of a rack. I would have to assume not. But definitely when they're sitting in their chair, they would be allowed to coach each other a little bit. So it should be Ray Carter to shoot now, which it is. See him getting out of the chair. And then it'd be Levi next if Ray makes this ball. So an interesting format here, and I absolutely love it. Something a little bit new. And we can see their combined Fargos too. 15-19 for Slate Smashers. And the combined Fargo of made from scratch, 16-37. So a pretty big gap between the 2 teams of 120 points. Nearly 120. Well, we don't see Ray miss too many of those balls, but he's human. So let's see what Lenny finds. Not a lot on offer for solids. You can see the cluster there. He'd be okay with missing that one. See what Levi can figure out. Probably shoots the 11. Maybe try to get some angle on something later to disturb the ball by the 8. I think it's the 12. Yeah, because 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Or it's the 14. Well, let's see what they can get working on that ball. It's absolutely buried in there. It's really hard to get a ball out that's trapped that much. They're knocking it around a bit here. Playing Scotch now, that's right, Johnny. There is a draw. It's on Digital Pool. It's under Rack's Billiards Room Trios Cup. If you want to follow the draw, it's on there. And I'm just going to take a quick look at it myself. They do have a 3rd round match going already. We don't have any B-side underway yet. But I think we'll get some B-side coming up in not too long. It looks like they're going to try to play 3 rounds of the B-side tonight. And then teams will come back tomorrow for noon on the B-side there. So if you guys want to follow the draw, Digital Pool. Yeah, let's see if they can find a way to get that ball out that's buried in there. You know, I wouldn't mind taking a look at shooting the 15 into the 3 and try to play somewhat of a safe, because if they start making more balls and don't get that ball out, it's big trouble. Ray's going to know that right now. He needs to get it out right now or they can forget about it. Yeah, well, and this is really tough. There's no way he's drawing into it like this. Can't get a long enough stroke to get it out. He could get a long enough stroke to draw it, not long enough to get it out of there. He's going to leave that bridge on the table for Levi. He said, good shot, Ray. Oh, I love that. Rip on him a little bit, too. Yeah, this is always really, really tough to see. He'll be glad he's tall for this one. I wouldn't be able to see nothing from there. Yeah, that was tough. Might not hate missing that ball, though, like I touched on before. You don't want to make all the balls in the open, leave the buried ball for last, because they're just going to keep putting you in jail. Well, let's see what Violet likes here. She's going to make the 6. No, she's not going to make the 6. Okay, and doesn't cover the pocket, so maybe a half a chance here for Corrine to try to make the 15 and break the 12. A little low, a little right spin. I think she's got to shoot it. Or how about this? Shoot the 13 and make Ray play the breakout next. I like that. Stop shot here. Ray can control a breakout next. Yeah. And so you might think he would shoot the 11, but he's not. He's going to shoot the 15, and he's going to send the cue ball into the 4 to try to break that ball out while staying on the 11. Yeah, he's looking at the 11, but I don't think he should shoot that. You can't make Levi play the breakout. Ray's got to do it. Ray has the highest Fargo on this team. That's a little unlucky to leave him way back there. Kind of split them and got a bad kiss, to be fair. So, big shot coming up for Levi here. Real tough from a mile away. Yeah, that was a big ask from so far away, jacked up over a ball. I like that they're laughing it off, though. Well, let's see. Still a problem for the other team with the 3 ball there. Let's see if he shoots a 6 and draws into it. I think he should, because the 7 is over there. Kind of as the ball to land on. Well, this is picking off the ball that I would call insurance for when they break the 3. So they might need to land on the 3 when they break the 3 here. And he's going to make Violet do it. Well, maybe not. Shooting the 5 here is probably a better option and make Lenny play the breakout. Some strategy that goes into this. Yeah, and I like this choice. But she forgot. One key step there was make the ball. Left them on the wrong side of the 11, thankfully for her. So a long way around the table to get on this 14 over the pocket over there. He's in big trouble behind that 3. I don't see a good way to get there. I don't see a good safety either, so might have to just try to fly around off a few rails, or I'm not sure what the angle looks like from here. Yeah, giving it a long look because, I mean, she can pot the 11, but it doesn't do her any good if she can't get on the 14. So you don't want to just make the 11, put your teammate in jail. It's not much fun. Yeah, I don't know how much good that did. Maybe she sees something I don't, but what's Ray going to do from here? Is there a double kiss? Is there a kick shot? Kind of around the 5 off the second rail. That's pretty tough. That's got to be the smallest window to get onto the second rail there. He's going to try it. Maybe the other side of the 5 with kind of draw. No, this is asking a lot. Lenny's come in for a closer look. And you can't blame him. But we're not going to get to see what happens. He made it, folks. He made it. Oh, and he made it look easy, kicking it off 2 rails like that. Come on. Come on, Ray Carter. I guess that's why his teammate just rolled that ball in there. She knew. Oh, and he left his teammate straight in, but he missed the 8. Bit of a letdown there. Bit of a letdown. Pressure on that shot, though, after your teammate makes such a good one. The next one's always the hardest. He'll have to refocus. Might get another chance this game. Got to stay in it. The Scotch triples is interesting, to say the least. Let's see if Violet, made from scratch, can start to open a bit of a lead here. It's a good chance. They look like a pretty good team, in my opinion. Well, this isn't bad. I think he wanted it to bounce a little bit more, but you can't ask for a lot more than this. I think pretty straight in. Can play the 5 in the corner next. Don't need to play it in the opposite side. Nothing wrong here. Should be making this a high percentage. What we've seen from Violet, she's shooting pretty straight. Big shot already early in the match. Only a race to 9. It goes pretty quick. We might see some long matches, but it'll feel quick out there for the players. You don't get too many chances. This one's going to wiggle in there. The clot's still new enough. And made from scratch. Takes a 3-1 lead. okay? You need a question? Oh, okay. How you guys doing? All right, guys, you have to excuse me here and there. I'll just be muting the mic from time to time to have little conversations that I'm sure you guys don't want to hear. But I'm solo this weekend for this job, so there might be times when I mute it to run, you know, to the washroom and whatnot, and I hope you guys will bear with me. And I think they'll be firing off, I would have to think one more A-side match after this, hopefully on the stream. And then maybe one B-side match tonight, maybe two. We'll see how it goes. I'm not in control of what matches are put up or timing or anything like that, so I'm just here to put on the mic, set up the camera, and talk. The thing I love to do the most, pretty sure. All right, ball in hand here for Corrine. She's going to shoot the 10 up there. I like that because you want to try to section the table, especially playing on the 9-foot. Don't want to be going up and down, back and forth with the cue ball. So shoot the 10, shoot the 15, and then work your way down table is preferred. Which it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. Ray's going to shoot the 15. I would think he might consider the 9 from here. It kind of opens a lane for the 13 later on. And the 15's pretty accessible later.
Okay, everybody, give an extra walk around so we raffle tickets for the raffle. And we have the prize for the giveaway. It's a donation from Elaine Draper.
And I think Ray tried to nudge the 13. This is okay. He's left Levi on the 11.
1948. 1948.
But a little bit tougher to get out now that he didn't develop that 13. I mean, he could consider the combination here. I don't hate it. It would solve a problem. And while they still have the 2 ball somewhat contained. Yeah, well, that's a long way off. Well, what do I know? It looked off at first. It's right in the middle of the pocket. Not sure what I was looking at there. Not sure what I saw. Yeah, just to the outside of the pocket. I had to catch the delay there to see what happened. But yeah, it looked like at first it wasn't going to make it, but got just to the outside of the pocket there. It was a good shot, but she twitched on this one. And might have left them on the 2 ball on the side was worst case scenario.
Once again, the winning ticket, the Elaine Draper Remax gift certificate for Racks is 1948.
Somebody's going to win a little gift certificate from Elaine and Myra. Gift certificate for Racks. Another great door prize. Thanks so much to Elaine and Myra Cormier for just supporting all aspects of pool in Alberta. And they're such nice people. Elaine's so nice. If you don't know Elaine, just go introduce yourself. She'll greet you with a big smile and probably give you a hug. Well, a bit of movement in that stroke from Bruce. We haven't seen a lot of Bruce out there yet. But he's a 5.33 Fargo, so he knows how to hold the cue. But this is not the guy you want to let to the table with a long shot. Ray Carter can spear these ones in. I think he shoots the 11 with a stop shot. Maybe soft draw to play the 13 next. Like so. Levi will need to play a similar shot, but from half the distance. because I don't think he can roll this one in to play the 14 next. I think he needs to kind of draw it a little to be on the 12 next. Draw it a little, he did. He drew it a lot. But this is just fine. And Greg, just seeing your comment there in the YouTube. There's 37 teams, and there's 3 players on each team, so we've got over 100 players in this tournament. How amazing is that? 111 players. I don't know, it could have been much more successful than that. They were taking 48. Maybe next year they'll get it up to 48. If they're gonna add big prize money, like 10K, then I like the chances. That was a really good shot with the bridge. The rest, and now she's gonna put it on Ray to try to create some angle here to get on the 8. And you know he wants to leave it in the side pocket for Levi, but a little straighter and closer and not on the rail like the last one. But he doesn't want to leave him a long one into the corner, so he'll try to find a way to the side pocket, I think. Bit straightish for that. I don't think it goes by the 4, but they needed to. And just take a look outside of the camera. No, I don't think so, Tim. Looks like it's maybe a thin one. Couldn't be thinner into the side pocket. It's Albert the Animal. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well over there at the other tournament. I'll try to come check it out at some point this weekend. Come say hi to all the family. So it's cue ball only fouls here. That's maybe why you saw him stand up a bit. Oh, this is a good shot. I thought he made it. He couldn't have hit it much thinner. Well, don't mind the glare. It should only happen when they get real close to the camera. I didn't have too many options with where to put the camera, but we're gonna get them set up with a more permanent stream here at Rax, and then we're gonna get some crystal clear views and some multi-camera angles. But it looked like he'd cut that ball in. And just going back to what I was saying there, it's cue ball only fouls, so you might have seen him there. It looked like he touched the 7. All he had to do was ask his opponent if they wanted to leave it there or move it back. If he doesn't ask, or if he moves it back quick himself, then it's a foul. Nice shot there from distance. Really dialed that one up. It wasn't easy at all from that distance. Maybe a little straightish on the 1. That's why Lenny's having a laugh. But couldn't ask for more from where he was on the previous shot. But to roll that one in. Yeah, scratching the head a bit though. He might have to juice this one up and cheat the pocket just a little bit. I don't know if he could consider shooting the 3 first. I don't think so. Is there a cheeky little save? I don't like it because the ball's over the hole. Hill against JDC. Nice win, Bert. Nice win. And we're talking about Wild Rose 17th East or something they called it. And it's a big tournament at the other pool room here in Edmonton. And they got like 90 players over there too, which I think is so fantastic that there's 200 players playing tournament this weekend in Edmonton. 200 pool players. It's great. Pool is thriving in Alberta. You love to see it. Okay, tough shot on the 3 ball here for Bruce. Got to stay still on this one. He's wiggled it in there, but he's lost the cue ball a bit. And he's going to put Violet to the test here. But I like her chances. I think she's a small favorite to make this ball a little bit, maybe in the 60 to 70% range, only because she has to watch the cue ball a little bit. Can't hit this one firm. Cue ball tracks too much towards the 8. So because it has to be a bit softer, it just drops the percentage a touch. Yeah, and so you could see her, she didn't want to roll it with the slow speed. The cue ball might have been going too much into the 8, so she had to elevate the back end of the cue a bit. It brought in the miss big time. And now, this thin one, it, I think, cuts in the side, although the fact that she hasn't shot it yet tells me maybe it doesn't. Certainly the corner not available. Yeah, teammates coming around to have a look too. This is pretty thin if it does cut in the side. Keeping an eye on table 2. Some good friends of mine, Jindy, Trisha, playing on a team with Usama, and they're up 6-0 against a real good team with Terrence and Shani on it. Meanwhile, Corrine, a real tester on this 8, and their team needs this one. Down 4-1 is just maybe too big of a hill to climb already with the formidable team they're playing and the 120 points in Fargo they're giving up.
The Daydreamer and Miller time on table 20. And that's it for right now.
I think this cuts in the side. I think it's just deceiving because our brain is telling us we need to cut it in the middle of the pocket. But you can slop it in off, you know, our side of the pocket and avoid the scratch, I think. Really, the big worry here might not be making the ball. It might be the scratch is so on when you hit it that thin that there's no avoiding it. Only she knows. I think she said no call. Well, she did try to cut it in there. I think what she said was she'll call it, but she knew it was super tough. This is going to be 3-2. It was a foul. So Lenny's got a ball in hand. And the 8 over the hole. There will be no letting this one go. Should be 4-1 here in a second. Feel like Slate Smashers needed that one. Made from scratch, gonna open up that lead to 3 games. I'm gonna run to the washroom real quick, guys. Hopefully we don't miss anything. I'll be right back. All right, looks like just missed the break shot. And just some score sheet adjustments going on over there, I think. That's why we don't see anybody shooting yet, but I do see Violet there studying the layout. Yeah, and I don't see anything jumping out at me other than that 6-15, so at first glance, maybe solids, and you could shoot the 2 right now and bust it out. You just hate to do that because you give up control of that corner pocket, but I think it's the right thing to do. So maybe just filling out some tickets. They got some great door prizes going on here at Rax this weekend for their grand opening ceremonies. And while we're just waiting, well, looks like here we go. Violet's ready to shoot. Yeah, caught the slide there. Went straight over and scratched. She touched some of those balls. I think only the 8. And I'm not going to quote their rules because I'm not 100% sure. And there are sometimes different rules, but I think if you move more than one ball, it's a foul. I think. But often in these kind of rules, cue ball only fouls, best way is just move the ball back where it was, unless she scattered all the balls. But in this case, I think nothing really moved too much, and fair to just put it back where it was. That's always the right thing to do in these situations. Friendly pool out here, even though there's some good prize money, they're still friends, and it's friendly. It's not professional level pool. So from ball in hand, looks like we're going to see Ray Carter get to the table here. And definitely he will try to open the 6-15 on the first shot. He'd love to do it from solids, I think, because they're spread out nicely. The problem is if he shoots the 4 and breaks the 6, there's no guarantee to land on something. Well, what's he found here? A cheeky little combo, and maybe draw into it. He could develop all kinds of stuff here. This is assuming the 15 needs a breakout, which it did, and he's got it. But what's he on? I'm not sure. A little shake of the head from him means not a lot. Don't think they can see the 11, and it's super thin on the 15 here. Super thin on the 12. Take your pick. Nothing easy. There's always lots of safety options in 8-ball, but from here, I don't see anything great. Solids are pretty spread out. The 3's too close to a pocket. Yeah, no need to rush to a decision here. Especially with their back to the wall. I mean, 4-1 doesn't look like anything too crazy, but race to 9 in a team match, 4-1's pretty big lead. If it was a singles match, winner breaks, well, you can still come back pretty easily, but in the team match, when every game is just kind of grinding, it's really hard to be coming back the entire match. Yeah, Scotch triples, that's right, Greg. And for sure, I love checking out new pool products, so come give me a shout when you're around. looks like she is going to take on the thin one on the 12. It's really thin. Watch the cue balls flying. Oh, she tries to bank the 9, and she's got it. What a great shot. That was much better than trying to cut that 12. But what are they on this time? Still nothing easy out there. Levi's got a tough shot on the 11 in the side. I think that's it. I have to excuse the background noise. I didn't get a stream booth or anything like that here, so I'm just kind of stuck in the middle of the room. We're going to hear some background noise, music, some conversations and whatnot. I'll try to mute it here and there when I can. Overcut that one by quite a bit. Never threatened the pocket. And solids look pretty good from here. He didn't make a small problem with the 1, but it does go in both the bottom left and top left corner. I think it goes in the bottom left between the 4-6, but certainly after they move the 4. And again, guys, just my apologies about the sound. I know it is a bit loud. Maybe we'll get it turned down just a little bit more. I'm going to get them to cut one of the speakers closest to me too. But that might not be until tomorrow. So hopefully you guys aren't too upset with me just talking the entire time to try to drown out the music. Otherwise, the algorithm's going to pick it up and it's going to cut me off. Can't have that. Okay, it looks like solved the problem with the 1 ball right away is handy. You always want to try to work out that toughest ball first if you can, while you still have plenty of options. It's easy to look at the ball closest to the pocket and think you should shoot that one every time, but that's the one you should save for last if you can. So I think shooting the 4 here is okay. It's all about the 8 ball if it passes the 15, and I'm not sure it does. If it doesn't, then definitely saving the 6 ball to get on the 8 into this pocket where the 3's about to go. I think that's the only pocket it has. I mean, the left side doesn't really count. You'd never drop underneath there. Oh, but this isn't where she wanted to be. And Lenny's going to have a real tester on a long 7 ball. Straight in with the cue ball near the rail here. If he wants to try to roll it. It's very missable, but he's wiggled it in there. Good shot. Good shot. And I think when they make this 4, they'll have a little angle on the 6, can probably develop the 8 if they want to. Well, it is about a half ball cut, so he might be losing the cue ball a bit more than it looks on the camera. And yeah, Beamer, the music level has been great. They're never too loud here. It's not a party place, you know. It's very much only pool here at Rax, which is something I really love about it. It's only pools, nothing but business. There's no fluff. There's no arcades. There's no DJs. There's no karaoke. There's none of that stuff. Just pool tables as far as the eye can see. Lots of parking is great too. The parking lot in the front and the back, plenty of room, is nice. But yeah, the music level's been great, and the selection of music has been great. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it in the background, but it's some good old classic rock, which I think is just good pool music. Kind of calm melodies, you know? Yeah, it's nice here, Beamer. You'll really like it, I'm sure. And they're planning to have a big open tournament with a big chunk of prize money added, so they're just trying to find a weekend that works best for everybody because they don't want to step on too many toes. you know, in the Calgary area, they want lots of the Calgary players coming. So I want to make sure it works for everybody. Try to get the Joe Spences and the Beamers of Calgary to come on out, showcase their talents up here in racks. Let's see what Violet's got on the 4. Good shot previous to play a safety. That was very, very smart. That's what you want to do in 8 balls. While you have control, keep them contained. Looks like she's going to reach for a jump cue here, maybe, which we don't see a lot of in the game of 8 ball. Just watching some of the other games going on too. There's a good match going on table 2 with some good friends of mine, Jindy and Trisha, who have been so gracious to let me stay at their house while I'm here. This time and the last time. And just thinking about Jindy running out was enough to commentate or curse him. So we won't test that anymore this weekend. As much as I don't believe in it, it can be a real thing. There's too much evidence to prove that it is real. It's happened too many times. The commentator's curse. Okay, let's see. She's going to jump over this ball, try to cut the 4 on the side. She got the dart stroke going, so the cue ball is going to get up and down pretty quick. It's going to get up high, but not high enough. And it can't be understated that a good jump cue is so necessary in this game. Something like the Predator Air Rush or the Q-Tech Propel just gets over the ball so easy. And it makes that kind of shot so much more doable. But a good safety kind of bought them this ball in hand. And yeah, it'd be nice to see Justin come up and play too, of course. All right, let's see what Slate Smashers has here to try to keep themselves in this match. 5-1 just seems like too big of a hill. They'd be over the halfway mark. This is okay. It's not the worst thing you could do to miss that ball. His teammates aren't beating up on him is the main thing. They just kind of looked away quick. Did it fall in? No way. How long was that before it went in? I completely looked away. I think both his teammates had looked away too. They're both looking at the floor. Let's count. How many seconds? Oh, that's a lot of seconds. If it's 5 seconds, that was maybe 4 that it hung there before it went in. That's incredible. The gravity just took over at the last second. All these Edmonton folks, they're so nice. They're all so kind. They'll offer me a drink and make sure I'm okay. Just some of the nicest people. Always love coming to Edmonton for these tournaments. Playing or streaming. Lots of friends here and really always enjoy my time here. Like I mentioned, it's been a real treat to stay with Trisha and Jindy. They have such a beautiful house and they're such gracious hosts. And I'm very thankful for that. Of course, helps save a few bucks. Hotels aren't cheap, which in turn helps the venue here save a few bucks as well with the stream. Well, let's see. Corrine's thinking about shooting the 13, but I'm sure the 12 goes. In fact, I'm looking at the table, and it definitely goes. She liked the safety, and it's going to just stop in time. I think it might have just stopped in time for Lenny to roll this ball in to the side. Worst case, he would have had the corner pocket. which would have been much tougher than the side. Well, maybe he didn't have all of it. They needed that one. They needed a miss there. Well, hitting this one pretty slow. I think he had some two-way in mind there, trying to make sure the 8 covered the 4. But he's got it down. They really got to make it happen on this game. This is such a big game. Get it to 4-2. They're still very much in this match. Ray thinking about this one a bit. Just stun it. Over just a touch and play the 8 in the side exactly. Big shot here. Corrine. These side pockets are never easy on any table, but these Predator tables got triple tough side pockets. Let's see how still she stays. Oh, she's jumped up quite a bit there. A bit jumpy on that one. Gotta stay still out there, but as we get more nervous and the pressure builds more and more, we tend to move, we tend to twitch, tend to lift our head a bit. As she walks away in disgust. So it's gotta be Violet or Bruce shooting here, because I think Lenny shot last. Yeah, Bruce shooting, I think. They were just trying to make sure there whose shot it was. It's always a good idea. On the Pro Tour, if you shoot out of turn, it's a foul. I'm not sure here it would be a foul, but it should be. There'd definitely be a long, lengthy discussion about it. Okay, you can cut this 4 in and miss the scratch, I'm pretty sure. So this shouldn't be a problem. Just roll this one in. Oh, it's right in the middle, and he's come across nicely for the 8 straight in the top left. This for 5-1, made from scratch. Looking good out there. Violet with this 8 ball for 5-1. She's got it. 5-1 indeed. Starting to run away with it a bit here. Let me go through a couple of these sponsors again that helped out with the added money here at the event. Q-Tech, Molson. We've got Sea Change Brewing. And Scheide's Distillery, which I'll get the logo up there for. One of my favorite ones here, Elaine Reaper and Myra Cormier with Remax, preferred choice, always supporting pool in Alberta, all the events. I love that. And they're super great people. And I know they're super excellent at their job because of how great of people they are. They're just super kind, and I think that makes for a good real estate agent. And then this guy we got that threw in some prizes and supported the event, Pegline with PeglineQs.com. Go check him out. He's our hero, this guy, for those who don't know. He's the only world champion we have in this game. We have one in the snooker. We only have one player that's won the world championship in pool, and that's Peggy Lyon, 2004 world 9-ball champion, and one of the funnest celebrations you ever see when he won, because the year previous he couldn't have been any closer. He lost an absolute gut-wrenching heartbreaker in the final. came back the next year, snapped it off in another close match. And then he jumped up and ran around the arena boards, and it was super fun. I'll remember that celebration forever. Glad they got it on video because you can relive it. All right, back here. Shooting solids is Ray, playing singles. His last singles match, I think he broke and ran out. So he's got the only win on the board for them so far, and he's got a pretty good layout here to get second win on the board for them. And it's not too late, race the 9, but he can't win this match himself. Looks good here, nicely on the 4 ball. Could consider the 5 first, come across for the 2, but I like the 4, the 3, then the 2. Well, and he maybe likes the 5 here and then the 3-2. Of course, that works just as well. Same result, the 8 in the top left. And sometimes you can land a little bit in between the 2 and the 3 there and consider shooting the 2 in the top right, but I don't think he ever did. He was always playing this pattern right from the first shot. Let's come over to take a look at the 2 on the side because these sides are a little tight, so you want to make sure. You could go crazy, try to get corner shape, but I think you just take what the table gives you. Maybe not. Maybe just juices it over like this. Why not? Does it go by the 11? The shake of the head tells me no. Well, I'm not sure what he tried to do there, folks. I think he made a big mistake. And if you can't play this in off the back rail off the 11 in, might have let one slip. Yeah, should have been out there. I think he made a weird choice, and letting this guy to the table is not preferred. Definitely their strongest player. Good balance they have on this team from what I can see between Bruce Violet and Lenny. All strong shooters, but Lenny definitely the upper Fargo. A legend around these parts. Such a good player, and he knows his way around an 8-ball rack for sure. So probably see him pick these off pretty quick. Well, I would have never guessed him to roll that ball. You could see he played a bit of a two-way shot. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think he should have went for it. This is kind of Ray's specialty, is making these weird shots from nowhere when you think you got him dead meat. He finds a way out all the time. We saw it a few racks previous where he kicked the ball in off 2 rails. That was real tough. Excuse the glare, guys. Kind of limited on where I could set up the camera. So anytime these tall guys are close to it, I'm going to see a bit of a glare like that. Did he make the ball and lose the cue ball? He did. He did. He pocketed the ball. It was a good shot, but it was always going to be a bit hard to keep the cue ball on the table when he was reaching out far like that. It's hard to get it up and down quick enough to keep it on the table. Well, good safety from Lenny. It bought him the ball in hand. And I'm not sure why he would shoot the 15 on the left side. Maybe it's a little tough into the right side. But yeah, I don't think. Just would have been too close with the cue ball near the rail like that. Didn't like it. Neither did he. Change his mind. Right in between the 9-15 is good. This is what you want to do in 8-ball, is leave yourself options. He left himself a nice option there. And again, similar situation where he's got the 9 or the 13 over there. He'd love to shoot the 9, which he will. Yeah, And now it's nice and easy. Just roll this ball in, little angle on the 11, get closer to the 8. He could shoot the 8 in the side or the corner, so let's see what kind of angle he plays and what he likes from there. Looks okay to just touch this one in. I like the 8 in the corner. It's just a bigger pocket. And it's less cue ball movement from here, but he might like the side. And there's your answer. So there's another reason I like the corner. I don't have to wait for the player on the table beside me to shoot. Not that she's in the way. There's plenty of room between the tables, but the polite thing to do is to wait for her to shoot, which Lenny did. Wow. That's a big miss, but look where he's put the cue ball. Might be big trouble for Ray. It's almost like give him an extra chance, let him hang himself. This is brutal out there for them. But if he can make this ball, might just fire them up a little bit, get them going. It's going to be 2 more singles matches coming up after this to play. 3 singles, 3 Scotch, 3 singles, and so forth. Yeah, I don't think he can cut this ball in the corner. I think he called the side. It's pretty thin into the side. Watch the cue ball in the other side or in the top left. No, he tried to cut it in the corner. It just wasn't there. So he tried to overcut it to miss the scratch, and that's about worst case scenario. He left Lenny straight in. And 6-1. That felt like a big game. That felt like a really big game. And they got a sweet pro shop here at Rax. Check it out. A Predator dealer. Lots of great stuff in there. Cases, gloves, chalk, cues. Man, you name it, they got it in there. It's a good one. Fully stocked. Pro shop. Gotta love that. Such a nice pool room racks. They really did it right here. They've really done it right. Yeah, I'm a real big fan of this pool room. As we can see, I'll zoom this one in a little bit more, but it's nice. Nothing but pool, and the food's real good. I've had nothing but good food so far, so I'm interested to try all the meals. (6-1) the lead for Made from Scratch. Starting to really run away with this one. Slate Smashers got to get it going. Got to get moving. It's not too late, but it's becoming too late. Gito in the Facebook chat. Hello, my friend. He's mentioning that the ball return gets stuck a little bit on the way sometimes with these Predator tables, but it's a small adjustment needed. And they're always innovating and, you know, testing new things, so they'll figure it out. Tables play amazing. The playability is just really, really great, so you can't ask for too much more, and I'm sure the little minor tweaks here and there will make them even better. Yeah, looks like Violet's got a ball down on the break. and a pretty good spread. Does the 2 go in the left side? I don't think so. In fact, it certainly doesn't, looking at the table outside of the screen. So I think, yeah, it still has to be stripes, or solids rather. Opening shot on the 6 is missed. You know, she tried to cheat the pocket just a little bit there, and that brought in the miss. Let's see who her opponent's going to be. Corrine coming to an open table here. She gets her choice of solids or stripes. I think still like solids, but could definitely consider stripes, yeah. The reason I like solids is because of the 8 ball. Once you move the 4, the 5, the 7, the 8 goes everywhere. But with stripes, you kind of got to drop underneath it somewhere. Like, it doesn't go in those 2, and it doesn't go in the top left or the top right or the right side. So how you like that? It goes in the left side. That's it. I mean, unless it slips through the 5-7 window, but she'll need to make a plan for that. Certainly could use like the 11 to bump the 4 out of the way or something like that. She might have landed in the middle of nowhere here. I'm not sure she's on a shot now, so the 8 might be the least of the worries. Well, let's see what she finds. What I have noticed about Corrine is she doesn't rush to the decision, which is really great. That is the way you want to play 8 ball. You got to really work it out. There's so many options, so many choices, and many different ways to go about things. So trying to find the highest percentage while working out all the options, very important. I think it's maybe just a safety here. Is she going to try to make this ball in off? No, it was try to make the 6, I think, was the goal. That's pretty safe from back there. Not sure she could have imagined it being in the jaws there, nor could Violet. But they need some rolls like that. I mean, the roll's been going the way of the other team a bit. I mean, they're making their own luck out there too and playing good, but they could use a roll of the ball or 2, Slate Smashers. Well, some small discussion there about if a rail was contacted. Let's just back up this. This YouTube a second and take a look. Yeah, it got the rail first, then it just trickled out after. Worth asking. Worth asking. Looks like they got some matches finishing up. Some new ones being called. Should have some B-side matches coming up. Hopefully we get one more A-side match over here before we're over to the B-side, which I have been informed is a race to 8. I think originally advertised as a race to 7, which is what I have in the description. We'll have to adjust that, along with maybe the music volume for the next match.
And trick shot try
But we'll see if I get some kind of notification about the music or not.
So that's a race to 8. I might have already called that one.
Nothing so far. It's always good news. Maybe I'm talking just enough, and muting here and there helps. So don't mind, guys, if I mute and it goes quiet for a second. That's just try to avoid those copyright issues. And sometimes it'll be when they're on the mic in the background behind me. Calling out matches and calling out door prizes. Got tons of great door prizes.
OGs versus 8-ball ninjas, table 22. OGs, 8-ball ninjas, table 22.
Yeah, you can hear quite a few matches of finishing around the same time, so getting some stuff going there. Looks like they called the B-side match. Table 22 will be the B-side stream table. We're on table 1 on the A side for those curious looking at the bracket. And if you guys are just tuning in with me, we still got lots left in this match. Do me a favor, click that share button. Click the thumbs up on the YouTube if you're tuned in there. And make sure you like and subscribe, follow, all that fun stuff. You guys know the drill. Free stream here, so that's all we ever ask. Hopefully that's all we'll ever ask. Oh, that's a really good shot to stay on the 7, but what kind of angle does she have to get to the next ball? Maybe the wrong angle. So she'll need to maybe just drop underneath the 3 or the 5. I'm not the ref. Yeah, you have to ask somebody running the tournament. Maybe James right there? Just had a rule question there. And for anybody else out there, I won't answer rule questions just because I'm not sure all the time what the tournament rules are exactly. In-house rules can be a little different here and there, as we well know. Some tournaments like to kind of make their own rules a little bit, adjusting them a little bit. So I'll always tell the player to go ask the tournament director or somebody more knowledgeable than me that can be blamed after. It is quite loud, the music. And my apologies, guys. I hope it's not going to get us cut, get us kicked out. That'd be no good. We don't want to lose a stream. And I did all this talking for nothing. No, I don't mind. I'd be talking anyway. Makes no difference. Talking to you, talking to somebody in here, talking to myself. It's all the same. All right, looks like little angle on this 11 to work with. Try to get the 10 in the side next, I think. Well, maybe the 15 first. Could consider the 10 in the top right here. I mean, every game now, big for Slate Smashers. They can't afford to be losing any more games. for a little while here. You got to win maybe 3 in a row before you can afford to lose another one. Look out, 3 ball. Look out, 3 ball. Aye. To the jump cue, I think. Straight to the jump cue. Or can she see it? Yeah, I don't think so. And she'd love to kick it, but the 3's blocking the left long rail. Yeah, not thrilled with herself. That was the only ball she could end up behind from the angle she had. She put it right behind there. But I think if she has a jump cue, she can jump it. If not, it's a tricky little one rail kick. Yeah, and she's never one to rush the decision, so I like her taking her time here. She's going to kick off the end rail, try to cut this in the side. It's a big shot. They need something good to happen here eventually. It's slipping away. Oh, she drives right by it. Ball in hand for Violet. A little 3 ball out. I like the 5, the 3, the 1, or the 3, the 5, the 1. Probably the 3, the 5 in the top right corner. Then the 1 in the side. Looks like the easiest pattern to me. And she can just put it straight in on the 3 and play a stop shot. And then it's going to be 2 more stop shots and the 8 straight in. So should be out here. Should be 7-1. Big chance to extend the lead. Yeah, that's perfect. Right where she needs to be. And now stop shot on the 5. Straight in on the 1 with a stop shot. And the 8's going to be straight in. Well, still got to bear down and pot this ball. Long way away from the pocket. No gimmies here on the Predator tables. Corners are tight, and she's missed it by an absolute mile. Maybe a little twist to the wrist there. But the 5's come back in the way a little bit to hamper the cueing. Just maybe limiting some of the side spin if she needs any. I don't know if she does. I don't think so. Probably just top spin's okay here. All right, catch you later, Greg in Alberta. In the YouTube chat, look at this shot, beautiful from Corrine. She needs this one. She needs this one. Slate Smashers need this one. She gets it down, they still got a chance. If she doesn't, they're in big trouble. She's taking her time here, so she knows the importance of this shot and every shot. And in between matches, I'll see if I can get them to maybe just cut the music on one side of the room or cut out a speaker that's nearest me or something of the sort. What a big let off that is Some Slate Smashers, they're just struggling out there a bit. It's never easy. Team pool is absolutely terrifying, too, for those who haven't played it. It's terrifying out there. It's a lot of pressure. Well, does she go for the 5 to try to redeem herself? I kind of like the 1. Looks straight in the corner. She could play in the side if she doesn't like it, but they say if you have shape, don't play shape. So all she got to do is play a stop shot here. And she's on the 5 in the side. Oh, it's a long way off again. And this time, I think she's going to bear down and make this 8 ball. If I was to bet on it, I'd have to pick her as a big favorite. Extra chance. This to get it to 6-2. She's got it. All right, Levi to break rack number 9. Whoa, the cue ball's across the room. And Bruce with the ball in hand here. Nothing easy at all. I think they're playing BCA rules, so it is cue ball anywhere on the table. That'll help. He's going to try to move all these balls on the first shot, you would think. Well, let's see. It might be that solids is a little easier to get them moving. The problem is the 15's a pretty big ball covering up that corner down there. Yeah, I don't see any easy way to get these in the open shooting stripes without shooting the 15 first. You don't want to do that. Well, it might be the 13 in the right side with the cue ball going into the 7 to try to bump that ball. Yeah, I don't love that either. Well, I'm not sure, so let's just wait and see. Well, looks like they got some good bannock bread over there. I'm getting a little hungry. It smells delicious. Well, this would be about the last ball I ever thought he'd shoot. There's the 2 in the side. How tough is this shot? And I just don't see the value. I mean, playing your opponent is okay here too, so he could just pick off the open balls, knowing the opponent's got the lower Fargo and maybe doesn't run out all the time. And if he's going to try to power this up and move some balls in, forget about it. He went straight in, split through the 311. He was trying to move something there. Yeah, and now he's on nothing. So he's going to try to bank the 4 towards the bottom right. Yeah, that was more about just move a ball and see what happens later, because still a big mess there in the middle for Levi to deal with. Little quick there, yeah, and you can see he's winding up that stroke. Is a little quick on the delivery there. If I had some advice for Levi, it'd be slow down just a touch and just take your time, just take a breath, a couple extra practice strokes, and just slow it down, smooth it out a bit. Easier said than done, of course. It's always easy from here. The microphone on. I think as we see the tournament progress and the players start to settle in, we'll get a few more runouts and some highlight reel shots, but you know, opening rounds, a little tricky settling in. Definitely never played Scotch triples before, so nobody will know what to think about that. But it'll take time, not only to adjust to the format and the feel of things out there, but to the tables as well. They don't all play here all the time. Predator table is very new on the scene. And I would expect a lot of these matches to go around 2.5, maybe 3 hours. If we see some runaways, we might get 2.5. If we see some close ones, I think we'd be around 3 hours. A typical race to 9 would be maybe 2 hours, but when you add in the team element, the Fargo handicap, it's gonna slow it down a little bit. Oh, good shot there. He knows what to do. He's making Levi's balls now, the ones that are in the open, and then he's gonna keep them contained with the ball that's tied up. Smart shot there. Let's see if Levi can find a smart one too. It's not bad. I don't think he could shoot the 5 and break stuff out. If he could, he might. Send the 14 into the 1. Levi's going to come have a look to make sure doesn't need a ref. And they are going to have a ref just come take a look. He's going to change his mind. So I think there's something to that. You know, you call a ref, sometimes a guy will change his mind, so it's worth calling a ref. Well, this doesn't entirely work. I mean, I guess the 4 goes in the bottom right later on, which opens the 1 to the bottom left. So if you could get somewhere up there. This is called safe now, maybe. He did. No, he didn't. He looked like he was calling safe. He waved it off. Maybe just waved somebody out of his way. Thought as soon as he put the cue ball on the back rail, he must have called safe. I guess he liked that shot on the 4 by the looks of it, because what a pot he's made there. Super shot. And they can roll this one in, stay on the short side of the 3, but the 8 ball might be a little problem. Doesn't go on the right side or the right corner. bottom right corner, so he'll need some kind of angle on the 3 to probably play it in the bottom left or the top left. If you're just joining us, make sure you do me a favor and click that share button. Click the thumbs up on the YouTube, and don't mind my never-ending talking. I'll try to talk over this music as much as I can so we don't get deleted here. Erased. I don't want the video erased. Copyright infringements. But it is like somewhere around 12 seconds from what I remember. Oh, this has got to go to get to the pocket, but also to get to a rail. He did get the rail, but he didn't get the pocket. Yeah, Bruce takes a look to see if it got there, because if it didn't, ball in hand's surely a lot easier than jacked up over the 1 ball here. Good shot there. That's never easy, shooting over a ball like that. Extremely tough. Maybe some of the hardest shots in pools jacked up over a ball. Off the rail is tough, but over a ball is much tougher. Oh, this isn't in. This isn't in. He missed it right away. It was a long way off. Well, Levi's got to get it going here if he wants his team to have a chance. They're going to need him. He's got a good look here. The ball's in the open, and some two-way shots that he could play. Like that one was a bit of a two-way. This one he doesn't have to worry about pocketing the ball, so he doesn't need a two-way there, but this shot might be kind of a two-way. Let's see what he finds. Or maybe just a safe. Could he roll into the 14 and use the 8 for cover? If he can, I think he should. While he's trying to juice that 11 in, he needs this to come in the way. It's not going to. Oh, another miss from Bruce. Extra chance for Levi here. You can really feel the tension and the pressure out there too. I mean, team pool is just, there's no better word than terrifying. It's terrifying out there. Not only are your teammates counting on you, but you got more eyes watching you. Instead of 2 eyes, you got 6 eyes on the other team watching you. Then you got a few fans here and there. Maybe you got a live stream adding a little pressure too. Well, good shot, but this cue ball's gonna run along. Maybe needs to run a little further. Does the 14 pass the 3? I think just. Good news with this shot is if he happens to overcut it and miss it, he should plug the pocket. Just don't catch the 3 on the way through. He should be okay. Don't forget to play shape. Oh, he went straight into the 3. And I think this time Bruce is going to make him pay. Although it's not a walk in the park to get on the 8. As we could see, he's landed a little tricky on this 8 ball. Very missable. Let's see if he puts the cue ball on the other side of the table as a two-way shot. No, no two-way there. Just all in on the pot, and he's made a good one and made from scratch, up 7-2. I'm just going to step away for a second, guys, and do a score check. Quick washroom break. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Well, back just in time to see Lenny rattle that ball. Pockets are tight. Who's his opponent? It's going to be Ray Carter, I think. It is indeed Ray Carter. Well, it's not his opponent. It's back to Scotch triples. Now that we're on game 10, so they play 3 games of singles, 3 games of Scotch triples, 3 games of singles, 3 games of Scotch triples, and so forth. And it looks like we got a team through from table 2, Jindy and Co. Through to round 4 of the winner's side. They got a bye first round, won their first match, and won their third match, rather their second match, but a third round. So they are cruising along, and definitely one of the teams that I would absolutely love to see win this event. Good people. Putting me up in their beautiful home while I'm here, and they're such great hosts. And they're going to play again tomorrow. They're through with a good win there. And we are live all day tomorrow. And I think most of the day Monday. See how far they get through it tomorrow. I've got the final scheduled, A-side final scheduled for noon on Monday. So hoping to be down to 3 teams, I think, maybe 4 on Monday. Let's take a look. Hoping to be down to 6 on Monday. All right, starting at 11. That's Mountain Time, guys. Mountain Standard Time. Mountain Daylight Time, whatever it is now that they stopped this daylight savings or whatever it is, you know. Tough to keep track. Well, let's see what we got going on here. Bit of a tricky layout. And the 7 blocking the 9 up there. The 8 hanging in the jaws makes things a little edgy for both teams. Nobody wanted to let the cue ball loose too much. Yeah, pinned behind this ball with not really anywhere to go. I mean, what kind of safety do you like, Lenny? He's gonna call the 6 in the bottom right. Half chance he makes this one, to be honest. Pick him to get close. Oh, slid lots on him, but he's got the cue ball kind of where he wants it. And look at the 6 come and block the 12. He knew it would. Very smart shot. Lenny knows the way the balls roll. So there's a draw on Digital Pool, guys. If you want to follow along with your favorite teams, it is up on there. As I mentioned, one of my favorite teams in here. Their team name is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And they're guaranteed a top 12 finish now. They're into the final 8 teams on the A side. Cruising along. And they just took out a pretty good team from what I could see with Terrence and Shani. Good team. They'll move on to the B side. Long road back. Lots of pool to be played, and they'll move to the 7-foot table, which I'm sure they're very comfortable with as well. All right, let's see what Ray Carter's looking at here. Looks like a long one. No matter which ball he's going to shoot. Shani says hi, everyone. Shani Keenach. Her and Terrence traveling to lots of tournaments lately. I love seeing them out. They're great people. They just love pool. good players too, and big hearts. You always see them trying real hard out there. I love that. Oh, Ray didn't miss that one by much, and he'll be happy to see it stay over the pocket. Scotch triple's a little tough knowing that you're not going to shoot again for a few more turns. You got to rely on your teammates to come with it before you get another chance to make an impact. Every shot amplified a bit, in my opinion. Tough out there for the tough player, I think. For the higher Fargo players under a lot of pressure. That looked like a foul to me, yeah. 14 ball first. I think she called it on herself right away. I think. Yes. Okay, good. You love to see that. Just didn't even hesitate. And that's the way the game should be played. I hate to glorify when somebody does something like that, but it's important. And it's important to note it. So it's good that she didn't hesitate one bit, just looked at her teammate, said, that was a foul, right? Yeah. So ball in hand, and Slate Smasher's got to make a move now. You got to keep your opponent off the hill. You can always afford for something funny to happen if they're not on the hill, but if they get on the hill, then you're in big trouble. Now you can't afford that bad roll or, you know, maybe just a missed shot. So important to keep them off it as long as you can. At least maybe get it to, I'd be thinking if I could get it to 8-6, then I got a half a chance. If it's anything but that, I don't love my chances. 8-5 maybe. Tough hill to climb. But it all starts here with this shot. Always tough with the bridge, with the rest. But he's got it, and he's got position, and that's a really good shot from Levi. He's not exactly straight in for his teammate on the 14, but that's okay. Especially if it's Ray shooting next, which it is. He could shoot the 13, might be the toughest ball here. This is where it's a little bit tricky for the higher rated player in the Scotch because you get overthinking stuff. And then sometimes you shoot a ball that you're not supposed to shoot because you're trying to do work that you don't want to leave to your teammates. So you make weird choices. I think he shot the right ball there. That was good. The problem is she's going to shoot the 15, and Levi might have to shoot the 13. So there's definitely some inside strategy here. And some teams very balanced and close to the 1650 mark, and some teams quite a ways off of the 1650 mark and not as balanced. Yet still on the winner side, I'm looking at one of them over here, that's a 1366, so they're almost 300 points below the cap. And I think still on the winner side. Or maybe just practicing. I could be wrong. So here we go. It's Levi with the long 13. And big pressure on this shot. And I don't think you consider shooting the 9 because the cue ball could go into the 8. It's the last thing he wants to do. Big shot here. A kiss just some of the rail first on the way to the ball, but look at this for a result. He'll take that. Can they see the 6? Yeah, they can just. So Bruce is going to have a long shot on the 6, I think, here. Or Lenny. Looks like it's going to be Lenny. And position on the 5 next, a guarantee. Kind of double trouble there for Levi was he put the 9 in a bad spot where even if they were to get back to this table, they're still in big trouble to try to get short side on that ball, hoping that their opponent leaves them the angle to do it.
Okay, we got the trash talkers versus I hate you, Dad, on table 9.
These team names
Trash talkers
always crack me up.
I hate you, Dad.
I don't know if you guys could hear that team name, but it's I hate you, Dad. I mean, hate's a strong word, guys, but that is one funny team name. The draw, it is on Digital Pool for those who want to follow along with all those funny team names. Oh, she stomps her foot to stop the cue ball. Literally inch perfect. He's like 1 inch from the ball. Wow. And using the bridge here, we really got to watch the double hit. He even took a glance up at his opponent. Although if he's going to shoot away from it a little bit, there's less chance, but yeah, and he pulled away from it nicely, and the 8's a hanger to get them on the hill. Well done there, good grind in that game. One more game to get them into the next round. They will have one more match on the A side tonight. They were one of the lucky teams that didn't get a bye. So this is round 2 for them. And if they win this match, they're going to have one more tonight. The winner of this has one more. Loser will have probably one on the B side, I think. Maybe 2 or 3. Let's take a look over there as well. Looks like the loser here is maybe just one match. No, okay, they're going to get a couple. 2, I think. Let's take a look here. Loser to 80. Loser to 80. Right down at the bottom. They're going to get 2 matches tonight. 2 matches for the loser. This 1 match for the winner. As we see Levi's cue ball find the drink. Yeah, and that's the way it goes sometimes. That's why it's nice when tournaments are double elimination.
Alrighty, pocket predators and loft. Table 18, race to 8, it's a B-side match. Pocket predators and loft.
And just thinking maybe they got the music at a good level now, hopefully. Sounds a little bit better. It's not too loud for 2 reasons. Players don't like it too loud, but mainly, well, that is mainly the only reason. No, it's for the stream, guys. Players don't mind when it's loud at a team tournament when they're all having fun and having some drinks, enjoying the long weekend.
We are going to complete 3 rounds of the A side and 3 rounds of the B side, and then we will continue on tomorrow.
You heard the lady. And I might not make it in time for the first match tomorrow, as I am doing another job. For those who might have heard me this morning on the Pro Billiard series, Pro Billiard TV on YouTube, on the live stream there for the Predator event. I'm not in Rome, I'm in Edmonton, unfortunately. No, I'm just kidding. Edmonton's beautiful. I mean, it's not quite as nice as Rome, but it's right up there. So I have that in the morning, and then I'll be here probably around 1 o'clock. So hopefully we won't miss too much tomorrow. But we have plenty of pool to come. And I'm starting to think maybe just some songs are louder than others. I don't know. Hopefully the music isn't too bad, though. You guys could let me know if it's absolutely unbearable. Maybe that's why I'm not getting too many comments. Maybe I'm way too loud, or maybe it's just unbearable, the music in the background. I don't know. Or it could just be that everybody's watching some other pool, too. And fair enough. I might be the biggest pool nerd of all, so if I wasn't watching this, I'd be watching one of the other tournaments that's going on. Good shot there, wiggled that ball in, used the whole pocket, but that's what it's there for. Lenny can shoot the 15. Maybe Try to bump the 4 a little. No, he misses it. He's going one rail perfectly onto the 9. What a great shot. That's such a great shot. And the 11 has room, and they were smart to save it for last. Kind of an insurance ball where if things went wrong, it still blocks the 3. So that was smart to leave that there. All he has to do now is draw above parallel, but he's reaching a bit. Wishes he was left-handed. He says to Lenny, didn't you know I can't reach that? A little bit tougher with the bridge, but I think he'd be okay here. Just draw this one a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Violet's going to have this 11 ball to leave Lenny on the 8 to finish this match off. There is a little traffic over there. She does have to watch the 2 and the 5, I think. I'm not sure it can track behind there with where the 3 is anyway, but she does have to be a little bit mindful of that. If she went with the inside spin, it would almost be the same problem with where the 5 is. So she's asking the opponent to take a look if they want a ref on the 11, which they definitely don't need. The camera can be a little deceiving, but when we look at the table, there's plenty of room there. And she might want to touch it with a little left spin to help it in anyway. Although, reaching out over the 4 does bring in the miss a little bit. And watch that 2, like I said. It's okay, good shot. This 8 ball to win the match. Move on to round 3, the winner side. Made from scratch, played pretty good here. They're looking like a formidable team, very balanced. And the wise one, Lenny Denago, finishes it off for them. 9-2 the win. I think. I don't see them shaking hands, but they should be. All right, there's the handshake. We'll be back very shortly. I think they'll fire up the next match right away. Half an hour? Okay. Half an hour, we got confirmation. We'll be back in half an hour. Don't go far, everyone. If you haven't already, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We'll be back shortly. See you in a few.